This is gonna be a short one. Yep, recently I didn't put up any new images because I sold my beloved X-T3, and actually my previous video was shot on a Sony borrowed from my friend, and finally I got X Pro 3 recently in my hands as a birthday present. So let's talk a bit why I did this, and should you go for it too? Welcome back my Padawans to yet another episode. Today I'm sharing my little happiness, newly acquired Fuji X Pro 3. I was very excited when it came out. Actually, I was considering X Pro 2 at the time, but ended up getting X-T3. Unfortunately, this sexy one was out of my league, and for the last year, Fuji's press release on X Pro 3 replaced Pornhub for me. But luckily, after some time, they started to pop up on the used market. I sold my X-T3 with some lenses, therefore I could afford this gorgeous one for myself. As you can see, it's empty there, and I'm reorganizing all the gear, so probably some of it will go away. Monica's Olympus already warms the hands of some stranger. Now, I won't go too much into details about the camera, since most people already know all about it. Simply saying, it's capable of everything X-T3 does, with some extra perks and quirks which don't really matter to me. For how much simplistic and beautiful this machine is, I can't find a better camera for my aesthetic needs. Well, there is another camera ultimately better, but I do like my kidneys, so not yet, not yet. But anyway, Leica is a relic of the past, designed for collectors and people to whom this brand means something. At least to my generation, it is just an overpriced accessory of rich ones. X Pro, on the other hand, is truly an artisan's tool, being extremely beautiful and capable at the same time. Plus it can do decent video now. I'm honestly surprised they added the 4K, so I don't need extra camera to do videos for this channel. Fuji got plenty of new cameras, but let's go through them so you would understand my choice. First off, the X-T4, flagship beast, best of the best, but in my eyes it has a full-frame camera weight, flip screen that I absolutely hate, almost as much as people who tell me to upgrade to full frame, totally useless to me video specs, as well as an IBIS unit, really don't need it too. All of that deserves a separate talk, and I could spend hours explaining why you don't need it, but I'm not here to spill it out like Harry and Meghan at Oprah's.
What?
I switched to Fuji for great design and compact bodies paired with superb small lenses. Therefore, I might have chosen Fuji X100V, which I did consider, but the only thing holding me back is the lens. I really hate 35mm equivalent focal length. And if I had to be just with that lens, I would probably go crazy. Newly introduced X-E4 seems to be good as well. Great sleek design, interchangeable lenses, lightweight, but when I went to check it out in store, I really found it not on the same level of build quality and materials as X-T or X Pro series. It's not bad, it's just obviously lower than other more expensive models, but to be honest, it really corresponds to the price. Even more, I would say you get hell of a camera for the money. After all, it's the cheapest X-Trans camera in the lineup, so this leaves me with an X Pro 3. The form factor is already familiar to me since I own X Pro 1, also known to some of you as X Project, but this baby has champagne gold titanium plates. In other words, I would totally make sweet love to it if I could. Even people outside Fuji world who definitely won't buy it agree on the fact that it is indeed really handsome. They improved ergonomically a lot of things like adding ISO dial as well as a nice bigger exposure compensation dial. Added a function button here and there. Removal of D-pad though is not welcomed, but replacing it with a nubbin does give you more space for the thumb, which together with extra grippy material makes it easy to secure your hold of camera. And yes, the whole thing is now weather sealed, and some might say that it is not as practical as it seems, but I'd like that extra confidence even if it's just on paper. There are many controversies about the hidden flip screen, but you know what? I'd look at people with a f***ing Leica MD8 for a month or two, see what they would say then. It's really not a big deal, and the implementation of the whole thing really appeals to me visually. I just would like to make it more seamless without the black outlines. Would be dope. Does it interfere with the tripod like some say? Well, not really. And if not, what? You won't buy a camera because it doesn't fit your tripod? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Before, in case I need to review a photo, I would use the viewfinder anyway, because nowadays they have better brightness and resolution than the back screen. Plus, most of the time, the bright sun and glares make it hard to review a photo properly on the back LCD, so why complaining about this shit? I don't know. Nah, I know, some people take photos by looking at the screen. Well, for you, my friends, I have a great camera to fit you. You can sell your A7R4.
The expansive Super Retina display with OLED delivers vivid brightness, true blacks, and high dynamic range content. iPhone XS.
Don't get me wrong, I also use screen sometimes for lower angle, and for that, it's there for you, just flip it down. To be honest though, I would miss the vertical tilt option on my X-T3. It was really nice, but not vitally important either, so people also said that the ISO wheel design is bad because you need to hold the ring up while turning. But let me, the person who actually uses the camera, tell you that it's not a big concern, since one hand move is enough to switch few stops, and if you often switch ISO values from 200 to let's say 6400 or more, the problem is not the dial, man. Try shooting in auto, or again, I have a great camera for you.
With a more advanced dual camera system and neural engine, iPhone is again taking us to a new era of photography.
If you are really a photographer who knows what you're doing, you love photography process and camera for you is not just a spec sheet to show off on Reddit, then you'll really enjoy this camera, just like me. Think about it, you're paying solely for the things you need without having to have extras like IBIS, flip screen, crazy video specs, huge viewfinder, fast burst shooting, etc. I personally don't need it all, and if I buy a camera like that, it means I'm paying for the things in this camera I don't need, and the R&D and marketing behind them, which ironically seem to be the pillars of advertising for cameras these days. It seems like only Fuji still gives you an option not to pay for the trends you don't need. All the other brands just cram inside all the shit to compete between each other, while users have to pay the price for it, even if they don't need it. I'm really happy with my birthday present, and hopefully I gave you some good stuff to think about. And if you have a different opinion, you can certainly come and fight me. Although you do need to get vaccinated first.